It was one of the lingering legacies of the Cold War, and a little more than a year ago, it ended. That's when Cuba and the United States decided to restore diplomatic relations and reestablish their embassies. And part of that deal included a prisoner swap. CCTV's Michael Voss spoke exclusively with the leader of the Cuban spies who were freed, Gerardo Hernandez.
When the three Cuban intelligence agents landed in Havana, paving the way for the US and Cuba to restore diplomatic relations, they were greeted as national heroes. The government had always maintained that they were not spying on the US, but infiltrating anti-Castro extremist groups in Miami. Their leader was Gerardo Hernandez, and in an exclusive interview 1 year on, I asked him how difficult it had been to adapt after spending 16 years in jail.
It was difficult. Prisoners have a code. For example, when you talk to each other, you don't touch, you don't get too close to one another. And then from one day to another, we are in Cuba, surrounded by many people that want to hug you. And it was kind of difficult to adapt during the first days.
The latest challenge for Hernandez is becoming a father at the age of 50. Much to everyone's surprise, his daughter was born less than a month after he was set free. His wife, Adriana Perez, had persuaded Washington to let her receive artificial insemination, but it was kept a secret. I do remember a few days after you came back and you went to the National Assembly, and you were in the gallery, the three of you with your wives, and everyone went, right. His wife's pregnant, what's happened? He's only been back a week.
Right, that was a soap opera, because people didn't know anything about it. So when I came back and the first appearance of her on TV, they noticed the big belly. There was all kind of speculations on the population until the moment that I was able to give some explanation.
Are you bitter towards the United States for the treatment you received there?
Not at all, not at all. I was doing a job, and I knew when I accepted this mission the risks that I was taking. What happened was that we felt in the middle of the long conflict against Cuba and the US, and the US saw in us a way of punish Cuba and the Cuban Revolution.